This is a mantra that I've started to live by. And when I think about it, the fastest way to achieve anything is to fail faster, so that you can learn from those failures and then apply those lessons to what you're redoing next. Let's take some examples. The first one is Usain Bolt. It took him several attempts to get his technique right before he became the world record holder that we all know today. He had to fail many times before he got it right. Same with this trapeze artist. This guy has clearly failed hundreds, if not thousands of times before he got it right. Yet every time he goes up there, he does it again and again and again until he gets it right. These people have one thing in common. They've all failed many times before they got it right. But they didn't see those failures as wasted efforts. They saw them as opportunities to learn, and they used each failure to improve their chances of getting it right the next time around. And eventually they got it right. But it wasn't just about getting it right the first time. For example, the Wright brothers, they were trying to invent the airplane before anyone else in the world. That was their goal. They wanted to be the first ones to invent it, but they didn't get it right the first time either. In fact, their first attempts looked more like this than like this, but they didn't care, because every time they failed, they learned something new. They learned how to build a better kite, which eventually turned into how to build a better plane, which eventually allowed them to achieve their goal of being the first ones to fly a plane. I think that this is an incredibly powerful lesson for all of us to learn, especially in today's world where there's so much emphasis on success. We're always trying to look successful. We're always trying to do things perfectly. But I think that this is the wrong approach. I think that we should be embracing failure. We should be trying to fail as fast as possible, because each time we fail, we have an opportunity to learn. And the faster we fail, the faster we can learn. And then once we learn those lessons, once we understand what we did wrong and how we can do it better, we can apply that knowledge to what we're doing next. And by doing this, we increase our chances of success. So I'd encourage you to try to fail faster, to embrace failure, to use failure as a way to learn and grow. And I think that you'll be surprised at how much faster you achieve your goals. Okay, let's take a slightly different approach. Instead of me telling you what you should be doing, let's take a look at what you shouldn't be doing. So here are 3 things that you should stop doing right now. 1. Stop being lazy. Okay, I know this might sound harsh, but hear me out. If you're watching this video, chances are you're not where you want to be in life. You feel like you're stuck and you're not making any progress. Well, guess what? It's because you're being lazy. You're being lazy with your time, with your effort, with your focus. You're being lazy. And I know it's easy to be lazy. I am lazy by nature, but we can't afford to be lazy anymore. Okay, if we want to make real changes in our lives, if we want to achieve our goals, we need to stop being lazy. No. 2. Stop being afraid of failure. We all know what it feels like to fail. We've all experienced failure before. But instead of learning from our failures, we dwell on them. We beat ourselves up over them. And we let those failures define us. But we need to stop doing that. Failure is not the opposite of success. Success is the opposite of failure. So stop being afraid of failure and start being afraid of not trying. And 3, stop comparing yourself to others. This is something that we do every single day without even realizing it. We compare our achievements to other people our age, our looks, our success. But this is the wrong thing to do. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. So if you want to make real changes in your life, if you want to achieve your goals, then stop being lazy. Stop being afraid of failure and stop comparing yourself to others. And start being proactive. Start taking action. Start trying new things.